Hello and welcome to the first episode of the revamped AweFull Podcast. This one is going to be a little bit different from what we were doing previously because we've got like cameras and everything, but it's going to be rough around the edges and it's going to take time for us to start polishing these up properly. So this first episode is going to have some jump cuts and stuff, and there's also going to be parts where Nozzy is replaced by this brilliant art piece of him that you're looking at now. It's all going to be sorted when it comes to later episodes, but for now there are a couple of rough edges, and we'll figure them out as this series progresses. But enjoy. Also, this one was recorded a couple of weeks ago, so the timing of the things we talk about and some of the things discussed, like the news and our own personal projects, might be out of sync with the real world. For example, we talk about the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight, we talk about some of the news in comic book movies, and we talk about a video Nozzy was about to upload, which is all since sort of passed, but we still felt the need to upload this, even though it was late. Thank you very much.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the new and improved AweFull Podcast. See what I did there? It may be new and improved, but it sure is still awful.
It's still awful. It's awe-full. It's full of awe, but it's also awful. So, you know, that's where the name comes from.
I think we should drop the tagline.
Yeah, we need, or at least refine it, because it's quite hard to explain right now.
It really is.
It's just
anyway,
a mouthful.
So welcome back. We have a new format. We have new visuals and everything. We even improved our audio from last time.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to try and release these every other week. So get ready for that.
And I'm actually going to release it on my channel for once. We should actually probably introduce ourselves.
We should. I am your hostess with the most. I said that last time. But I'm your host, Joaquin Braganza. I also go by the aliases Jack and Nozzy. And this is my co-host.
Whoa, we're all co-hosts now. I'm Elliot, or Goldie, or Goldsmith, or whatever you want to call me. I float around. You can call me whatever.
And a moment of silence for our other co-host that sadly could not be here for the revamp. Vidno, aka John.
It's very sad.
He will be here from time to time. In fact, maybe, who knows, he might even drop in for a quick one on this one. Audio
Maybe.
only. Because
Yeah.
it'd take too long. Anyway, so welcome back. I hope you're all doing good. We're doing good, aren't we, Goldie?
I guess, if you say so.
Quality. Anyway,
It is quality.
Yeah.
So this is the first time we've done a podcast with cameras, isn't it?
It actually really is. We have not tried this before.
Because we were going to record with webcams at one point on Skype, but then I think we gave it up.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I know I tried it with John,
We've done
too.
so many podcasts.
I tried it with John, too, and he actually got pretty far in editing it, but, you know, John, he never releases anything.
No, he doesn't. We should probably go through what's going on our cameras then. Do you want to talk about your setup?
Yeah, so my setup right now, you can see it, like...
I can't see it.
That is true. Wait, what did you want me to talk about? Like,
hold on,
cameras?
just one moment. Just to let you know, if you haven't worked it out, we're recording separately and we're talking over Discord because we don't live in the same country.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about what's going on in your setup. Talk about, I don't know, how you look. Do you look good?
I look god-awful, eh?
That was just...
And... I mean, I personally love this change in visual because I feel like when you're like watching a podcast on YouTube, it shouldn't just be a still image. Even if you're not going to pay attention to the video, at least you know that there is one, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just always been a little hard for us to do that because we're not in the same room. Because like when you have like the old SourceFed podcast or now the Sugar Pine 7 Behind the Pine podcast, you have them actually in the room talking to each other and it cuts between angles and stuff, but we can't do that.
We have to work with the situation we are in because we want to work together and we want to step up our production, so we have to move around these technicalities.
Yeah. So, are you done talking about your setup?
Yeah. Would you like
go
to
more
talk
in
about
depth,
yours?
man?
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
Okay, so on this angle, you can actually see my monitor, and it's a bit blown out, so you won't see all of what's going on there. But you'll see me going on articles, double checking what's going on, and just that stuff. It's only this angle because I don't want to film the rest of my room. It's a tip. This is my second monitor. It's not set up right now because I just switched graphics card and now I can't plug it in. But I'm gonna work something out in a minute. I've got my mic, which is a blue snowball. I think it's a snowball. I can't remember. It's either a snow. Yeah, it's a snowball. It looks like a snowball. I got a pop filter for that, and then I got this crazy little light thing. I don't know what it's even doing. Who knows? It just changed the color and it's fun. And I sometimes put my headphones on there. And then I got the books that I've been reading, and a couple of Breaking Bad coasters.
Nice. I didn't realize that's how in-depth we were going. I mean...
That's how in-depth I'm going. There's a Batman canvas poster up there. There's a voodoo doll thing there. I can't explain it. There's a whiteboard. There's my bucket of stuff. There's my phone charging on my wireless charger. I'm going in-depth, man.
I mean... Like, my audience have already seen basically the entirety of my set. And, like...
Well, my set's new.
Yeah, my set right now for the podcast is literally just a striped wall.
My set is a little more interesting, and you can see what shirt I'm wearing. I'm wearing an Arsenal shirt.
I am wearing a
striped
shirt.
Is it striped?
It's not striped. The wall is striped.
I swear, all your shirts are always, like, striped or just...
Hey, I totally did not just buy a striped sweater the other day.
I used to love striped shirts, but now I can't stand wearing them.
Why?
I don't know, it just doesn't suit my style anymore, my aesthetic. See, I'm not dressed very well. I wouldn't wear an Arsenal shirt out and about, even though I do love my team. It's not as stylish as I want it to be. And my hair's pretty bad, but, you know. I'm just recording.
That's why I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah, I don't look so great today.
I didn't feel like doing my hair, so I put on a hat.
I didn't know we were going to be recording video.
Otherwise,
I'd probably look better.
We came up with this, like, probably like an hour ago.
Yeah. We should probably stop talking about video if there's people only listening to the audio.
True.
Right now, for me, it is 11:30 p.m.
It is currently 5:33 p.m. for me. So let's get right into the news, as Lord Keemstar would say. Is that still relevant?
Right into the... Is he still doing stuff?
I don't even know.
I used to watch like every video that came out, and then I stopped.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I was like quite interested. I didn't like him. I just sort of was like, I was getting off on the drama. And then like sort of the Basherverse drama rolled around, and I was like listening to that, and I was just like, I just wanted to find out what was going on. And he was really the only person you could sort of get that information from, but most of it was just lies. And then eventually after that, I was just started to see what was just wrong with it. But yeah, it was back in the day, back when he was just like starting off, really.
Yeah, he's gotten big now.
So what did you want to talk about in the news?
Well, I actually really wanted to talk about, recently, the first pick of Josh Brolin's Cable came out.
Oh,
is that what you were going to talk about?
Yes, that was one of the things I had.
I knew it.
When we were researching and stuff, and I was like, that was me.
And you know when I said I feel like we found the same thing?
Yeah, we did.
We did.
By the way, I started the stopwatch.
Alright.
It looks so cool. I mean, they can sort of see it on my screen right now. We'll probably put an image up if we can be bothered to edit it. But like,
yeah,
look at it.
We're gonna have to edit this, man.
Oh my god, it's so fucking awesome.
Dude, like, legit, like, it looks not what I expected, but it looks amazing.
To be fair, it sort of looks like a fan cosplay, though.
It really does. Like, but I think it... Because, like, in the comics, Cable is such a big dude, you know? And then Josh Brolin is, like, slightly not as muscular as, like, Chris Evans or something.
He's quite big though.
He
He's
is.
a big dude. He's not as big as you'd expect him to be though. I still wanted Ron Perlman as Cable.
It's kind of too late, man.
Yeah, I know, but even Ron Perlman wanted to be Cable, and it upsets me that he didn't get Cable.
True. And like, I don't know how this is gonna play out with like him being Thanos and Cable.
I think he was one of the few actors for Marvel that didn't sign a do not compete.
So, no, I'm just saying like how people will view him as a character, because like he's playing.
I think Thanos is more mocap, so it shouldn't matter. I think it'll be easier to. I think it would be easy to distinguish the two characters.
I don't know. I just feel like sometime since like Thanos, he's been known as Thanos for a while now. I just feel like that kind of carried a bit of expectation. I don't know, like subconsciously people expected to be as big as Thanos, which he isn't even in the comics, but like, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But like, dude, why is there a teddy bear though?
A teddy bear? What? He's got a teddy bear strapped on him. I don't know. It's Deadpool. Who knows?
Oh yeah, Deadpool carries a unicorn everywhere.
Deadpool, the first movie, was so good, so I still think this looks good. I'm just excited. Have you seen
Domino? Yeah.
She looks awesome.
I know, right? Like, I don't understand why people are having like there's such controversy about this one.
Is there controversy?
Yeah, like I've seen a lot of like people talking about how like it's comic inaccurate, even though the love interest from the first Deadpool was actually a mutant called Copycat.
Yeah.
Like, why? Well, it's a new take on the character.
I think we need to stop worrying about being completely comic book accurate, because if you like, the comic books are not perfect. They're good. They're really good. They're fantastic, but they won't work in a film medium the way they are. You have to adapt them and change them, and you can't expect everything to be 100%. And it's the changes sometimes that improve things.
And also, like, just like think about it from a creative standpoint. These people are pouring their hearts into their movie, and like, if they just copy it word for word, that's taking the easy way out.
And it's Ryan Reynolds working on this, okay? He loves Deadpool. There's no way he's gonna mess this up.
He really won't.
Because he was working on the first movie for so long, and now he's pretty much got free roam to do whatever he wants in the second.
Yeah, so like, he is Deadpool minus the killing.
He's not directing, and I don't know, he might be producing or something, but he has pull on that movie. He's Deadpool. No one's gonna see if they recast it. So if Ryan Reynolds isn't happy on the project, he'll make sure it's not. And I have faith in the director. Who's the director? I forgot.
It's not Tim Miller anymore, right?
No, not Tim Miller, no.
Dang. Hold on. He did such a good job with the first movie, though.
Yeah, I think they had a falling out over it or something.
I think it's the studio and him.
David Leitch.
He
did stunts for movies. What did he direct? He directed Atomic Blonde.
I have not seen that yet.
And John Wick. Apparently he's uncredited for that. I'm confused.
How are you uncredited if you okay?
Hold on, I'm gonna go on. Okay, so there were two directors, Chad Stahelski.
I knew him.
David Leitch.
I did not know about David Leitch though. I know
David Leitch is a stunt coordinator mainly, it seems, a stunt double. If you go on his IMDb, that's the first thing that comes up.
I hope Deadpool 2 has good action then? I mean, I
haven't watched it, but I've heard about Atomic Blonde, which is David Leitch's most recent movie. I heard it's not a good movie, but the action scenes are great.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
And I'm gonna watch it soon. by the time the next podcast rolls around, I'll probably have watched it if it's out. I think, yeah, it's in theaters Wednesday. But I don't know. You've got really funny people in that. You've got T.J. Miller, who's great in Silicon Valley, and he's been a comedian for ages, and he was so funny in the first one. Most of the first one was improvised. Ryan Reynolds is fantastic.
Like, Ryan Reynolds literally embodies Deadpool.
Yeah, so, like, I'm a little worried about the movie because, you know, it's got no Tim Miller, but I think David Leitch can pull it off.
There's still promise.
Yeah, who's writing the Deadpool 2 movie?
I'm not sure.
Drew Goddard.
No idea.
Additional material. Drew Goddard is doing the additional material. Oh, the guy who wrote the first Deadpool, so it's fine. Oh, and he also wrote Zombieland. Yeah, it's got good writers, so it should be good.
Wait, real quick.
I trust.
Can I go on a small tangent on how, like, T.J. Miller is such a great comedian, but he's not PG-13. And then he cast as the main character in the Emoji Movie.
Oh, God, that was so dumb.
Like, what?
I sort of don't like what was happening with T.J. Miller, because he's sort of getting this inflated ego. Like, I don't know. Now he's got that big Emoji Movie, he thinks he's big. And now he's doing Deadpool and he thinks he's big, and he's left Silicon Valley, which makes me upset because I love that show.
Aww.
And he's sort of just like doing his own things and forcing HBO to make his comedy specials and stuff. So I feel like he's sort of getting a bit too big for his breeches, but you know. Now the Emoji Movie is a flop.
Oh, we knew that from the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know how they didn't see that.
Like,
how did it take them so long to fund Deadpool and make Deadpool, yet they were like, yeah, Emoji Movie's a good idea?
I don't know. Cause, like, the Emoji Movie is basically Wreck-It Ralph. The same story.
It is. It sounds, from what I've seen, I haven't watched
Neither
it yet,
have I.
It's basically Wreck-It Ralph, but instead of video games, it's your phone.
Pretty much. And there is a video game in it, Candy Crush. I know that for sure.
Oh, yeah, which was basically in Wreck-It Ralph.
Was it? Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't, but there was, like, the candy stuff, and they had that candy world. You know?
Yeah, like, come up with, like, original, like, I don't know.
Okay, I'm a little upset
now.
Well,
okay, what is that? I heard an ad. Where did that come from?
What do you mean?
The website.
That must be your computer, because I'm not playing any ads. I can't hear you.
The website I'm on is displaying an ad.
It?
Okay, that's enough for Deadpool. Just close that tab.
I've just went on the Emoji Movie and checked out the budget. 50 million. So that's 8 million less than the first Deadpool movie. So it's a little cheaper, but it's already made that money back in the US alone. That's depressing. They're actually going to make money on this movie.
Because it's marketed towards kids.
No, but the kids don't even want to go see it. It's just people going to see it because they think, wow, this is a bad movie, I've got to go see it. It's making money off of that alone, I think. Because I don't think this even appeals to kids. I don't think they go, oh, I want to see my emojis doing that. They just send emojis and don't even think about it.
I don't know what emojis mean.
I know, like, I use, like, 3 emojis. I don't understand why they made a whole movie about them.
Like, they could have made, like, anything but the Emoji Movie.
Well, they've got the movie rights to Fruit Ninja.
That
could actually be good, if done right.
Yeah, like, if it was a comedy movie, because, like, I don't see Fruit Ninja being anything else than a comedy movie.
But it needs to be less this adventure for this person to find themselves and more something else. Because we had it with Wreck-It Ralph and it worked because it was a good movie and it was new and it was something we wanted to see. The characters in video games being real. Like, it's Toy Story, but instead of toys, it's video games, which are the new toys for kids now.
They really are. And, like,
while Wreck-It Ralph isn't the same caliber, in my opinion, as Toy Story, it is sort of Toy Story for games. Alright, I've just seen something on IMDb. Chris Evans has played 5 live-action comic book characters. Can you guess them all?
I
can guess 3 of them.
I think it's 2.
Captain America and Human Torch, and then the character he plays in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I forgot he was in that movie.
But I don't know the other 2.
Like, in the new Infinity War trailer, he looks like Nomad.
He does.
So, are they counting that?
Oh, it's from Push. What is Push?
I think it's an action.
2 young Americans with special abilities must race to find a girl in Hong Kong before a show. It's based on a comic book, apparently.
That kind of sounds like Rush Hour to me.
And The Losers. Oh yeah, that's a Vertigo comic, isn't it?
I really don't know. I kind of just do things, man.
There's so many good comic book things out right now. Like, we'll talk about that later, but there are some good things. Got anything else news-wise you want to talk about? You want to steal something else from me?
Not really. Do you? I mean, I have 2 other topics, but I'm not really that interested in them. Do you have anything?
I just wanted to hear your opinion on... I don't know how recent it is, but I only recently found out about it because I've been on holiday. But the Donald Trump phone calls with the Australian and Mexican president.
What did he do in said phone calls?
So, when he first became president, I think it's around that time. I don't know the full story. I'm not that up to date on US politics.
Why should you be? Honestly,
I think it's tradition for the new president to call up all the prime ministers and presidents of other countries and just talk to them and let them know their plan and how they're going to work with them. It's standard. But when he talked to the Mexican president, he basically like begged him to pay for the wall. It's great.
Oh my god.
He's like, oh, it's gonna make me look bad if you don't pay for it, and stuff like that. And then with the Australian president, it leaked back at the time saying that was the worst. That was the worst phone call he had all day, because basically Trump was trying to go back on this deal to let in, I think it was something like 2,000 immigrants. Well, that's what he said it was. It was more like 1,250 or something like that.
Are you kidding me? This is...
And he wanted to go back on that deal, and the Australian president was like, no.
This is my president, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to say anymore, because, I mean, like...
You should read up on the full story yourself, because it's interesting. I got it from Philip DeFranco.
I should probably start watching Philip DeFranco since we're doing this podcast.
I mean, you haven't got SourceFed to watch anymore, have you?
I do not, sadly. I do miss SourceFed, though.
I miss SourceFed so bad, but I sort of... What's happened to the people after SourceFed? Because it's sort of the good thing coming from this.
Definitely. More on that later, I think. But I don't understand why Trump became president, because he didn't win the popularity vote.
I can fully understand it. Now, he didn't win the popular vote, but like...
Yeah, I mean, like...
That's not how you're set up there, but no, I know what you mean, but like, his opponent was the worst person the Democrats could have put forward. And they did put her forward. She wasn't nominated, like, by the public, like she's supposed to be. The DNC just messed Bernie Sanders over, and Bernie Sanders, I think, would have won against Trump. I'm not saying Bernie Sanders would have been a great president, but he would have beat Trump.
Yeah, like...
And from what he's shown being a senator under Trump, he's been great.
Yeah.
Now, people are going to fact check me in the comments and stuff, but I don't know everything about politics. This is just me trying to fetch things from my brain that I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I just...
Don't cruise.
Like, I don't know anymore, man. Like, I can't formulate any, like...
It's exhausting.
Like, coherent, like, thoughts anymore, because, like, Trump's propaganda directed a target audience, and that target audience didn't engulf the entire United States like it should to get, like, the entirety of their votes. It targeted one single group of people, which...
Yeah, I mean, he was real smart. Like, don't get me wrong, his policies are horrible, and I just hate pretty much everything he's done in the White House since he's got there. But he was really smart in how he handled the campaign. He got the right audience, and he got them fired up about the right things, and he managed to like just sort of build up this momentum that couldn't be stopped, and everything that was being said about him was just publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity. You're always going to get good publicity. That phrase is wrong, of course. There is bad publicity, but
yeah, I get what you're saying. Like,
he campaigned in the right states as well, and because he was campaigning more in the battle states, like the states where there's not a clear winner, like California. No point in a Republican going there; they never win it. It's always Democrat. And same with Texas, but for the Democrats, they're not going to win them. But he fought in the battle states, and that's why he managed to win the popular vote. Not the popular vote, the electoral college vote, and yeah, Hillary won the popular vote, but your system doesn't work like that. It should, but it doesn't.
I asked our forefathers. I really don't know anymore. But like,
there's a lot of things they set up that are just messing you over now.
They're too dead to care. Let's be real here. They're too dead to care. I don't even know how it worked before.
God knows. But yeah, it's just a mess. And I'm sick of talking about Trump, but I thought it was quite funny just to see him in a new light.
It really was, like,
because if you look at these transcripts, they're fantastic. They leaked out of the White House, but they're basically just him begging the Mexican and the Australian president to make him look better by not. He's like, oh, please, just pay for the wall so I look good. Or he's like, oh, don't make me take these refugees. I'll look bad. And that's just like the whole conversation, and it's fantastic. It's just Trump groveling just so he can keep his image, which is bad enough.
Hats off to you, Mr. Trump, for being the world's biggest egomaniac.
Yeah. And I also wanted to talk about a sporting event.
Ooh, sports. I know nothing about sports.
I know. But I'm going to talk about a sporting event that is going to change a lot, and it's going to be one of the biggest sporting events of our life.
Go!
Nope.
Oh.
Can you guess?
It's
this month.
The League of Legends Championship.
I'm going to leave the call.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so just for clarification, I'm a soccer fan, and I do like American football, and I like a bit of basketball every now and then. I'm not a massive sports fan, but I like a bit of sports.
You can tell from his accent.
What I'm talking about, yeah, of course I'm going to be a soccer. It's football, but of course I'm going to be one of them fans. It's in my blood. I'm Arsenal. I love it. But I'm not talking about any of those sports. I'm talking about UFC, or more importantly, boxing.
Uh-huh.
Because UFC, that's McGregor. Boxing, that's Mayweather. And McGregor's stepping out of UFC to box Mayweather. And I don't know if you know about all of this. But it is one of the biggest matches in our life.
Wait, UFC, isn't that wrestling?
UFC is everything. It's just pretty much you either make your opponent tap out, you knock them out, or you fight them better, and then they vote at the end and there's a winner. It's MMA, there's boxing, but it's just untethered. You just fight in a cage, and it's crazy. It's ultimate fighting contest or something.
And
Ultimate Fighting Championship. So basically, in this, McGregor is one of the best in his weight class. He fights, I think it's either welterweight or featherweight or something. He fought in two, and he's won in two of his two different weight classes. It's the first thing he's ever done. Anyone's ever done, I think, or something like that. But he's one of the best in UFC. And he's really cocky. He's the cockiest person in all of it. And he started calling out Mayweather, who's probably one of the best people at boxing today, and saying he wanted to fight him.
Okay, so like, this is basically like that is intense. Like, the best respective of their two divisions going head to head.
It's not. It's even more than that. Okay, so McGregor fights in a fighting thing where there's no limits really. It's sort of just fighting. You kick, you punch, you do everything. You twist, you do these arm things, you throw people to the floor, do all that. Mayweather, he boxes. Boxing is just punching and sort of dodging and blocking.
So it's like a street fight really, where there's no, like, one person could be skilled in one combat and then the other one could just be like trying to just attack him basically.
Well, yeah, McGregor in UFC it's like that sort of. It's everyone has their different, like, they're specialised in something. So McGregor's really good at mixed martial arts, MMA. So he can sort of do all that, like the crazy moves and the spinning kicks and all that, and he knocks out opponents like crazy. But he can't do that. In this, he has to step outside of his comfort zone and box. So he can only punch. So it's just boxing.
Why didn't he ask?
So it's going to be really hard.
Why didn't he ask the other guy?
There was no way Mayweather was going to do it.
True.
There was no way Mayweather was going to do it. Because Mayweather, in boxing, is 49-0.
What?
He's won 49 matches, hasn't lost a single one.
Since the start of his career?
Yes, and he retired 49-0. And he's coming out of retirement to fight McGregor. Now, McGregor has lost a couple of matches, but he is the best in his weight class. He is one of the best in UFC, and he makes the UFC so much money.
Dude, that is... That... Now I'm excited.
Yeah, and let me talk about money for a second. Oh. In Mayweather's last fight, he fought Manny Pacquiao to get 49-0. That was a pretty bad fight. No one got knocked out, but he won on the vote at the end. And
it angered a lot of my friends because Manny Pacquiao is Filipino and I am Filipino, so I could care less. But
Pacquiao, I love Pacquiao. He's a great guy. But he made, I think, something like 180 million from that one fight.
Damn.
In this fight, it stands to be, I think it's called the $180 million dance or something like that.
Oh.
Basically, from all of this, the winner will make so much money. They'll make millions and millions and millions. And UFC doesn't make as much money as boxing. In boxing, they're making hundreds of millions. In UFC, they make like 6 million a match at most, probably. I don't really know the figures, but they make a lot more in boxing. But this opens the door for more money to go into the UFC.
So they could get better, like, production-wise?
Yeah. Well, UFC is a growing thing. Like, boxing has always been there, but UFC is getting bigger now. And in McGregor fighting in this thing, it's going to sort of push money that way. It's going to make UFC bigger, and it's going to make it, like, something that competes with boxing.
Dang.
But here's why it's especially big. The outcome is crazy. Like, if McGregor wins, he beats someone at their own sport, which they're supposed to be the best at. So he goes from his UFC to fight in boxing, a different discipline, and to beat the best. That would just make boxing just look bad. It would make UFC look amazing, and it would make McGregor look godly.
True.
He would win, I think, something like 100 million, and he would, which is more money than he's ever made from UFC, even though he makes a ton from UFC. And he would have, because he likes to talk a lot, he likes to big things up and be cocky, he would live up to that, and he'd look amazing.
But if he loses, his image is tarnished, as well as his ego.
Only slightly. See, this is what the thing is with this fight. Mayweather is the only one really with anything to lose. Now, Mayweather is 49-0, he's never lost a match. And he's going up against someone who doesn't even box, who's not a boxer, and he's got to box them and win or lose. If he wins, then he wins loads of money, he gets 50-0, it's great. He gets a lot to win. He's got a lot to win from it. But he's got a lot to lose.
Yeah, because, like, he's coming from... His opponent is coming from, like, not even boxing.
He's coming from a different sport. It's like if someone from rugby, like, came into a rugby team, started playing football and beat the best in the world. It would be crazy.
It would. Like, damn.
And that's why Mayweather's got so much to lose. Plus, he goes from 49-0, a retired 49-0, which is crazy, to 49-1, which is just horrible, because that means he's lost a match. And he's just made boxing look bad, and he's made himself look bad, and he's the only one really with anything to lose. McGregor, everybody thinks he's going to lose because he doesn't box. He's not a boxer. He's a UFC fighter. He needs that freedom to move around.
Yeah, he'd have a lot to win.
People are always going to be like, yeah, McGregor's just like, yeah, he's going to lose. If he loses, people are like, yeah, we thought he was going to lose. But if Mayweather loses, it'll be crazy. So that's why this is one of the biggest matches of our lifetime. Even though I don't really like UFC or boxing, that is why.
I get where you're coming from here. Like, dang. So, wow, I learned something today.
That is, yeah. It's just crazy. You've probably seen it over social media, or talked about, or your friends talk about it. But it is.
I have not heard about that. I have not gone outside the house in like 3 weeks.
That's bad.
I mean, to film, but besides that, I don't know.
Oh, also, I just want to let the audience know, this isn't going to be a sports-based show.
It really is.
Every now and then, I might bring up sport, or someone else might, but it's gonna be
him or John,
because it is monumental.
Him or John.
Yeah.
I goal.
Jesus Christ. Moving on.
Okay.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, no, not really. I like news-wise, I feel like we've covered basically everything interesting of this week, but there's something I do want to talk about, and I think you know what it is. Like, I've been dying.
I think I know what it is too.
I've been dying to talk to you about it for like weeks now.
Go on.
Yeah. There's a little channel on YouTube called Sugar Pine 7, which me and Elliot have been watching for how long now?
I've been watching since the start, because I've been subscribed to Steven Septic since he was Emoji Hunt.
Which was a very long time ago. I think I subscribed in like 2012 or 2013.
And I've seen it change into a channel where he sort of does these reaction videos to what Sugar Pine 7 is now.
And
I've watched every single episode.
The reason why I want to talk about it is because it's a breath of fresh air, honestly. Like, it takes the vlogging aspect of YouTube and combine it with like reality TV, which is, I don't think anybody has really done that before.
But it's not only reality TV, it's sort of this scripted comedy and drama as well. But it's not fully scripted, it's sort of just retro scripting, which is like just, you know what the scene's supposed to be about. And it's just this amazing thing. And
it's like, I really love where they come like with the characters, because the characters they play is based off of them in real life, and they build the characters over time, and like it just culminates into this like amazing sort of surreal feel, because sometimes you even forget that it's not real, in my opinion.
Yeah, you look at these characters and they're funny and they're hilarious, and like people thought that Kib was the way he is in the show, but he's nothing actually like his character.
Yeah.
He's a little like him, but like it's all put on.
Yeah, like,
and
I mean, how can it's just, and like the episodes themselves are released like almost every other day, unless
recently they've been less and less because they're doing crazier and bigger things. But then they'll go back to the thing, like, they're even doing a podcast, like, about the behind the scenes now, which I love. It's fantastic.
Like, it's just especially the podcast itself. It's like, it's fun to watch the actors who play the characters, like, reveal themselves in the podcast who they really are. Because, like, they're the same faces and the same voices, but, like, and the same names, but like they just act so differently. Yeah,
I mean, I think if anyone's most like their character, it's Steve.
Like,
because Steve is always I think Steve's always playing a character.
Like, even going back to when Steven, like 5 years ago, did the MLG Hunt stuff. Steve never really opened himself up as like a person. He always played the character of Steve.
How did you find out about Steven Septic?
Like back as MLG Hunt.
the start of him? How did you find out his channel?
Recommended videos, because I was watching a lot of Minecraft back in the day.
Oh.
And like,
I think I can literally say how I got to his channel.
how?
So, I used to watch Skyler's Minecraft a lot.
Oh yeah.
I even met Skyler's Minecraft on Omegle, humble brag. I used to love Minecraft. I don't so much anymore, but I used to watch Skyler's Minecraft a lot because I got watching Skyler's Minecraft through mod videos and everything. And through him, I found Aviator Gaming. I don't know if you know.
I do. Yeah, I know who Aviator Gaming is.
Aviator Gaming was doing these Minecraft videos and he was doing these fun things. And then Aviator Gaming goes ahead and announces Bam Lounge.
Actually, I think that's actually how I did it. Because, like, I knew it was, like, a recommended thing, but I think it was when he announced Bam Lounge that I found out about MLG Haunt, Steven.
Yeah.
But, like...
Well, yeah, I found out about Bam Lounge. I went and started watching Bam Lounge videos, and Steve in it, he was so different to how he is now, but he was a little, like, weird at the start, and now he's developed his sort of character, and he's more, like, deadpan, and he's funny, and he's just weird. But, like, I remember seeing him at the start, and I was like, wow, he's quite funny, so I went over to his channel, I subscribed. I think he's the only one I've stayed subscribed to.
Same.
I've no longer subscribed to Aviator Gaming, to
Skyler's Minecraft.
Big Mac, to Skyler's Minecraft,
like,
to Bert Dude.
Like, Steven Septic kind of evolved with our taste on YouTube, honestly, because, like...
He did, because at first he was Minecraft.
And we loved...
the gaming.
We loved Minecraft, and then...
That's how we met. Like, Minecraft was... I still love Minecraft. I could go on it and play it now, but it's not as big to me as it is now, and I wouldn't watch videos on it anymore.
Yeah.
And then, sort of, he started doing the just other games, and I loved that. And then he started working with Super Panic Frenzy.
Yeah, which I loved Super Panic Frenzy. Just like the whole idea of it. I don't know, like the gaming videos. I feel like they were more of a personality channel than a gaming channel.
Yeah, well, they were a personality channel that did games, sort of. And that's what I loved. I loved it, and then it got cancelled, and it was a shame. Yeah. And he went back to his channel, and he stopped doing gaming so much. When he went back, he did gaming for a bit, and then started doing his... He tried to do new stuff. He was trying to figure out what he was doing, because he didn't know. Yeah. So he did, like, reaction videos, he did challenge videos, he did all
I'll be honest, like...
And he was doing sort of
the reaction videos were kind of a parody of reaction videos, so, like...
Yeah, exactly.
He's always parodied, like, just content on YouTube and, like, made fun of it, which is absolutely genius.
Yeah, every one of his videos. So he did the challenge videos, and he did the reaction videos, and he did the going on, like, BuzzFeed articles or, like, articles like that, and, like, going through them. And he was doing what the trends were doing, like, what the trend is to get views. But he was doing it in his own comedic and, like, so advanced way, and it was just brilliant, and I loved it. And then he did his first video, I think it's called Antisocial. I can actually go back to it now, because he deleted the rest of the stuff.
Oh, yeah, I saw that earlier.
But he did Antisocial. He had a sketch, he did some other stuff, but the first how Sugar Pine 7, like, started, not actually started, but where it started to, like...
Anyway, so yeah, like, Antisocial, that...
Because he was trying to start a series there, you could tell, and it was more scripted. It was much more scripted.
I really liked the first episode of Antisocial.
Yeah, it's good. It's him and Parker, and the second one's him and Parker. Yeah. And then he did a vlog when he went to Iceland with his... I'm looking at the videos now, remembering how they were. He did a vlog when he went to Iceland with his girlfriend, and that was sort of how he developed his vlogging style. And then you got the Antisocial Shorts, which is more of the comedy. Another Antisocial episode, funny. And then he had his Here's What It's Like to Work at SourceFed video.
I feel like it may not be the first episode in his alternative lifestyle playlist, but I really think that one is the... Like, here's what it's like.
I don't know. I still think that was him developing his vlogging. And same with Kill Me, I'm Being Audited. They were both just things learning how to vlog. And then SourceFed is cancelled, is where it starts for me. is where it properly starts like developing this Sugar Pine 7 thing, and then you got the actual Sugar Pine 7 episode.
I need to go back and like watch the how SourceFed killed me and then SourceFed is canceled episodes. I need to watch that again, but like if you just looking back at this, like I have literally watched all of them.
I think he's one of the few channels where I've watched every video, and like you can go through them all, and I've watched them all, and it's fantastic, and I love them.
I know, like,
and
I'm so excited for where they're going now with like the actual company, because they're working with Rooster Teeth, and I don't know if you know this, but like Rooster Teeth came out before YouTube.
No, I didn't know that actually. I don't actually know much about Rooster Teeth. I'm not big on Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, they came out before YouTube, and like I just think like with Rooster Teeth they can do so much more than if they were with like Machinima, which is in my opinion dying.
Machinima it just seems to mess people over. Same with Creator Studios. I hate Creators. Maker Studios, not Creators.
I haven't heard of.
I hate Maker Studios.
I haven't heard of.
Maker Studios is like PewDiePie and that, and it used to be Ray William Johnson before they messed him over.
Yeah, I'm really excited for where Steven Septic is going, and like what I really want to talk about is like their season 1 finale, how they can just go from like a comedy improv, hyper surreal type thing to just
a drama,
intense
a
drama,
proper cinematic drama. But the thing is, what they did, which was amazing, was they actually not only just shifted from it in the episode, they shifted back and forth, because you had Kip arguing with his girlfriend, and then you had them joking with Alfredo, and Alfredo was being weird, and you were like laughing at Alfredo,
yeah.
And then it would cut back to Kip freaking out or something like that, and it was just bouncing back and forth, and then it went just drama, and it was crazy.
Like the second the cinematic bars rolled in on the screen, I just knew like,
yeah,
oh my god,
something's going down.
And like,
and it looks fantastic. It looks great. There's only one bit where Kip's punching Parker, and you can tell the punches aren't hitting,
yeah,
which sort of ruins it for me. But apart from that, it looks fantastic, and I love it.
Like, my personal, like, I really love that. And then if you watch the season 2 opener, like, it starts off cinematic too, and then
shifts back, and
the bars retract.
Because they could easily do it cinematic, but it's great. I love it. They burn the car, and then it's just like, so what should we do with Parker's body?
And then the electric guitar rolls in. Like, jeez, man. Like, if this wasn't already being done on YouTube, this is what I would have liked to create.
This is what everyone wants to create. This is it's so different to anything out there. I haven't found anything like it, and it's just everyone is just surprised by it. Everyone's just, you didn't expect Septic to come out with this, because he was hilarious on SourceFed. I never thought he'd fit in on SourceFed, but then he was amazing on SourceFed, and I loved him on SourceFed.
Like, Steven Septic is like that one like character that you don't expect to be in the show to be a hit, but then like he becomes like the fan favorite just because of how out there of a character he is.
Yeah, everything he's created I've loved. He's just very talented, and he's very fun.
Like, even back in the day when he was still doing Minecraft, he did a Minecraft parody of Bohemian Rhapsody that was legit just a parody of a parody.
Yeah, he was.
Do you remember that one?
I don't remember that one quite so well, because I didn't really I don't really like Minecraft parodies. I never used to watch.
Well, basically, like, the entirety of the song was just telling you how to make a Minecraft parody, and then at the end it's like, oh, you failed anyway. I'm the only Minecraft parody that will succeed. Give me your money. That, like,
it's a shame he did get rid of all those videos, or private.
I think they're unlisted because, like, I Wanna Die is still liked and I can watch it.
I love that music video. That's so
I know,
fun.
right?
I'm just on his channel right now, and the channel art is still got Parker in it, and that just kind of hurts.
It really does, man. I miss Parker. If
It's a shame they killed him off, but yeah, I see why they did it.
Yeah,
It's quite upsetting.
I get why they killed him off. It's like, it's more impactful, but like, if he wanted to come back, he can't anymore. Cause
They can figure out. He can come back. They have crazy things on this. They had an exorcism. They have Jeremy die at least 3 times in the first series. He can come back if they want him to.
True, but like it would just be less impactful, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, could you imagine the moment when he returns or they tease his return? It would be a big deal, and you'd be like,
Parker.
Yeah.
I could just imagine it. It's just like Parker, like the end of season 2. It's like a foot on camera, and then it's just like Steve going, Parker, and then Kid gasping, and then the opening of season 3 just opens up on Kid beating up Parker again for the same exact reason.
and just killing him. And he just kills him off straight away as soon as he's back.
That would be something they would do, like, honestly.
That would be. Oh, you know what I really like seeing? Is Autumn has started being more of a character. Oh, shut up, phone.
Yeah, like, Autumn, I feel like Autumn is going to be, like, not the replacement of Parker, but it fills in the same spot in their, like, group, the 4th character.
She is in that group in sort of that way, but, like, she isn't quite like them. Like, if you watch the second podcast, which you haven't, she doesn't really get much of a word in, because they're just so, like, energetic and crazy, and she's a bit more laid back. And Parker wasn't as energetic. If you watch the first podcast, he keeps up.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, Autumn doesn't really keep up as much. But she can work in it, and she's great, and her editing's fantastic.
I know, the reason, I'll be honest, the reason why I wanted to, start YouTube, like, take a new direction on YouTube, all the way back when I stopped doing gaming and went on to vlogs, is because of Steven Septic's switch and how he changed from doing that. And I continually just like Steven Septic is like, if you want to create content, make it as not the same, but like on the same level of like originality.
Yeah, well, like, gaming for me, it drifts. I used to make gaming videos, I don't anymore, but it drifted in and out of being fun. Like, 1 minute it was good fun, and the next minute it just felt like a grind. And it sort of took away from the games. And gaming is sort of dying out on YouTube.
Sky Does Minecraft
I don't really
quit.
watch actual Let's Plays.
Sky Does Minecraft quit, bro. Yeah, a month ago.
What?
And this is where the heartbreak sets in. He quit.
No. What?
He's done. He went on to do a music channel now.
What?
Now we watch Goldie panic as he realizes it's true. Are you
What?
are you gonna be okay?
What?
Are you
That makes me so sad. He's pretty much he's not my first YouTuber I subscribed to, but he's like one of the biggest in my YouTube watching history. That makes me sad.
Are you gonna be okay, man?
I'm gonna be okay. I'll be fine. But that does make me sad. I still even remember Team Crafted.
the 1 week it existed.
Oh yeah, just there was so much drama that you didn't know, but like, and you got Deadlocks, and you got my True Mew on his banner art. Oh, it makes me sad.
Yeah, he's turning it into a community channel, I think.
But he stops being as funny as he got on to me. He stopped being who he was.
Yeah,
so.
like legit in his quitting video, he says, for the past like 2 or 3 years, like, it's been a fake persona of happiness that I put on trying to make these videos. Like, that's the problem with doing, like, setting yourself on one thing and like keeping it going for years. Eventually you just don't want to do it anymore, and you have to.
So now he's just making music videos or music. What is he doing?
Net Nobody.
I'm on it right now.
He does, like, he makes music. And like, did you know, like,
which is what Minecraft Universe started doing, wasn't it?
I think so. But like,
yeah.
You know what's been going on with Sky Does Minecraft, right?
Not the full story, no.
Neither do I. I just know that his wife, his girlfriend cheated on him, and he can't see his son as much anymore.
He's had so many like you've seen. There's so much going on like behind the thing the whole time, and it's just sad to see.
Yeah, I mean, I get why he turned to music.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to do Minecraft anymore.
Nobody does.
I mean, he has an 11 million channel, but like...
I get why he needs to stop.
I mean, Minecraft Universe stopped doing his Minecraft 10 months ago.
Really? 10 months?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing now. He didn't even do it at leaving video. You got Deadlocks. Is he still doing
I
things?
think he's doing like reaction videos now.
Okay, this is a gross channel. I'm leaving the channel immediately. I hate it. But he posted 22 hours ago, so, you know.
He's still around. Vision Squad.
Yeah.
Remember Vision Squad?
No?
It was the Team Crafted 2.0, but it's stopped now.
Was that like Bayesian Canadian?
No.
Jerome ASF?
No, it was Scatters Minecraft, Ross, Jerome, Husky.
Oh yeah, but like one of them was a pedophile or something.
That was not. He was not in there. That guy. I don't remember his
No,
name.
he was. No, because Bashaverse was the sort of one before, but then there was another one that was. I'm trying to remember who he was. He was the. I'll find. His
Oh wait,
channel.
Jinbop.
He's probably
Jinbop
been
Gaming.
removed. Yeah, Jinbop.
Yeah. He wasn't.
He was part of that big group. He was part of a group that Sky Does Minecraft was
Yeah.
running. Because Sky Does Minecraft made Sky Media, and he was working for Sky Media.
Yeah, but this came
Jinbop
out
got
after he
arrested,
left.
didn't he? Oh my god, there's so much. See, this is why I used to watch Keemstar, because there's so much on about, like, and I want to know what's going on, and I can't find out all that information. But I also don't.
Yeah, I don't know what Deadlocks is doing anymore.
Yeah, I hate his channel. It's just horrific. I went on it, and it made me want to throw up.
Bodil.
Oh my god, Scarce is back. Scarce went missing for ages, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
Now
I
he's
forgot
back.
to tell you about that.
I didn't know Scarce was
He came back like, what, like 2 weeks ago?
I'm alive. Why I quit YouTube? Oh, I hate Jake Paul. I hate Jake Paul so
How did
much.
we go from Steven Septic
hate
to
him.
Jake Paul?
Because you're talking about the good of YouTube, and then the awful of YouTube.
Cue Jake
and that
Paul.
is Jake Paul. Oh my
Oh,
god.
Jesus.
He makes me sad.
Like, that's the one thing about this platform. The one thing I hate about YouTube, or the best thing about YouTube, is that everybody has a voice. The worst thing about YouTube is that everybody has a
Everybody
voice.
has a voice.
And that includes people like Jake Paul, which even Logan Paul is disappointed in Jake Paul.
Like, I don't really like Logan Paul that much either. I didn't even like his vines. I just couldn't stand.
Same.
But it's still, I prefer him to Jake Paul. Jake Paul's such a dick.
Jake
Especially to his neighbors. Like, that whole thing is
Jake
awful.
Paul is literally coaxing off of Logan Paul.
But I don't know how he's getting so many subscribers and so many views. He's just blowing up, and
Because he's a meme.
Want to watch it.
He's a meme.
And like, I went to a party recently, and one of my mates had a Team 10 jumper, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to stop seeing you.
Speaking of YouTuber merch, are you going to get the Sugar Pine 7 t-shirt?
I tried to, but it was sold out when I tried.
Well, they're getting more.
Yeah, as soon as I find out they are.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is turned into just a fanboy rant. I'm sorry.
It is a fanboy rant, but it's something I like listening
It
to.
definitely is. Like, if you...
Because we're not just discussing, we're not going, oh my god, we love him. We're discussing the inner workings of it and stuff.
Yeah, I love videos that, like, take... Okay, so I have a playlist on YouTube where it, like, dissects the act of Bo Burnham, the comedian, which is very psychological. I don't know if you've watched his comedy specials, but...
I've watched a bit of Bo Burnham. I don't watch much. He's someone who I can, like, part with, but I don't really want to delve into.
He comes from, like, the
he's quite funny,
same, like,
though.
parodying aspect of Steven Septic, where he just makes fun of, like, the traditional norms, which I feel like everybody, like Steven Septic and Bo Burnham, they say things that everybody wants to say but doesn't know how to.
Yeah. there's a lot of great YouTubers. Like, since SourceFed, Steven's doing well. Raina's doing her own thing, and she's also doing the Boys Only podcast with Septic. You've got the new rock stars, which is Philip Molina, and now he's brought on Mord and Sam.
Do you watch The Boys Only?
So it's basically SourceFed Nurse.
Yeah.
No, I don't watch it, but I'm gonna start watching it. I need to watch it, but I've got 2 podcasts at the moment. Shall we move into this? Shall we move into what we're watching, reading?
Yeah, I
like
think it's starting to become that at this point. So, this is a segment of the podcast where we talk about like what he said, what we've been reading, watching, or playing. So,
yeah, and podcast. Let's talk about podcasts for a second, because I'm listening to the Behind the Pine, of course. Well, I'm more watching Behind the Pine.
It's actually Beyond the Pine.
Beyond the Pine. Yeah.
They mentioned what I've watched of the second one.
Yeah, I know. Fuck off. All right. I'm watching Beyond the Pine, and I also regularly watch the Weekly Planet because I love.
I've been wanting to get into Mr. Sunday Movies, right?
Mr. Sunday Movies is fantastic. If I could make videos like him, I wish I would.
I mean, you could. You just need to write them that way.
Yeah, I could, and I just sort of need to get into it. I need the motivation. They are the sort of videos I want to do. The movie, the sort of the animatic, funny, talking about something.
Yeah, I think that's where.
And he's got his style. I've got mine.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's where we like differentiate as creators, because like I'm doing what I want to do, but like you want to do like the animatic stuff.
I want to do the real life stuff and that, but I just really haven't got the climate
crew
to do it right now. Yeah, I've got friends, but they're sort of not in the same like path.
Luckily, I have one friend who's on the same path, and then 2 friends who are on an undecided path. So until they decide, we've got them locked.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
See, I've been meaning to start watching the Boys Only Club. Do you watch it?
I watch like a few of them, because like some of them I just don't find interesting. Like, I'll be honest, like you get what I'm saying though. Like, some topics just don't interest you as much. I could actually listen to them, but I don't know. I watch them most of the time.
Well, I've just subscribed to them, but I haven't started watching them yet. But I would probably watch them all, because it was the same with the SourceFed podcast. Even if it wasn't the title or how it started wasn't on something I was interested in, it would move through the ways and you'd hear stuff eventually that you want to listen to.
Yeah.
And it's sort of, it's the lore of the people, isn't it? It's the lore, isn't it? Like, if in a game you may discover it in some hidden text you found it in a chest, but in this it's through the podcasts.
Yeah, like, I think podcasts are a great way of like just talking and being your real self. It's a talk show, basically.
It's a way to connect with the audience.
Yeah, it's a way to connect to the audience, with the audience, and like, especially if you're doing like, you're not being your full person on camera, which is why I don't think, on my channel at least, the podcast did as well, because I was still being my full self on camera, which I want to start doing more scripted stuff.
Stay tuned for the future, maybe.
Oh, you're gonna be excited. Especially if this is going out when I plan it does. You'll be excited to see what comes out on Friday.
Oh, teasing. But I digress. Do you listen to any other podcasts, or is it just those?
Let's see, Beyond the Pine, Boys Only Club. I'm trying to think. I knew there was one podcast that I used to watch, and I don't know if they still go anymore. Actually, I don't remember. I don't think so.
I used to watch the SourceFed podcast.
Oh, there was one podcast. I have to check out the rest of the series, but there is one podcast that I watched because Steven Septic and Maud Garrett were guests on it.
Yeah.
It's called The Boys and I, and this episode is What Makes You an Influencer, which, if you don't know, influencer, I believe, is the new term for content creator on YouTube.
Yeah, I think we should just leave it as content creator instead of influencer.
I love content creator. It gives me a sense of purpose.
Because influencer sounds more like the actual Jake Pauls who are just influencing their
Yeah.
audiences to be dickheads.
Like me and Elliot, we are through and through content creators. Like we do it to create stuff, not to.
I love creating and I love entertaining, but I don't want to make people act or do a certain way.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm not an influencer.
But you should totally check it out. It's called The Boys and I, and it's.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
And what was the other one you watched? The Weekly Planet. That's.
You've got to check that out. I mean, you don't even have to go back and watch it from the start. Just watch the ones as they come out, because it's nerd news, it's everything. I love it, and they're just so.
I love Mr. Sunday movies, and like the Caravan of Garbage episodes that he does. Those are amazing.
And it's with the guy he does Caravan of Garbage with. It's Mason. It's just, and he's funny as well. Wikipedia Brown.
Yeah.
Another podcast that I've watched a couple of episodes of, but I don't watch regularly, is True Geordie's podcast. You won't know him, I don't think, because he's a football YouTuber, but he's just got like he brings on other YouTubers and they just talk about their life and it's funny.
Oh, we should.
And I only watched like Spencer Owen on it and stuff.
Yeah, like, I mean, it sounds like a very interesting, like, especially like podcasts where they're like draw your life basically every time.
Yeah, it was that, because like you saw Spencer Owen, I don't know if you know him, but he does this FIFA and football channel, but he went on it and he turned from this PG character, which is he is on his thing, to sort of, he was talking about his real life and he was being less PG and he was swearing every now and then. You just saw like a window into his life, and it was really interesting. And I didn't think any less of him. I just sort of thought I saw the real him for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, a podcast is like a window into like, because like everybody knows that like nobody is going to watch the podcast just for like, because like somebody creates it. They're going to want to watch the podcast because the podcast interests them and they're going to stick through it. And that's why I think a podcast is a great medium for connecting to a specific audience, because if they want to watch it, they'll watch it.
Yeah, that's why I love doing this, because even if nobody watches it, it's just us talking and we're connecting, and then we've sort of got an archive of just us.
Because, like, this is built off of our friendship. This is...
Yeah.
Hashtag friendship.
Hashtag friendship. Do you want to talk about what else you've been... Do you want to talk about movies you've been watching or something like that?
I haven't been watching a lot of, like, recent movies lately. Like, the last movie I watched was Spider-Man Homecoming, and I don't really think that's relevant to talk about anymore, but it's a great movie.
We can talk about it.
It's a great movie.
It's fantastic. It's one of the best Marvel movies. It's not the best, probably.
One of.
And it is, in my opinion, it's the best Spider-Man movie.
For sure.
Better than Spider-Man 2.
Like, I especially like it because there's a John Hughes film, which John Hughes is one of my favorite directors. He directed 80s classics such as Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like that type of stuff.
Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming was fantastic.
It's a great like high school film, and like me being in high school, it's relatable to me.
Yeah, and with every new Marvel movie, there's 3 Marvel movies this year. With every new one, you're just like, whoa, another one, okay. And they're so refreshing, and it's just so new, and just it gets you excited for the future.
Because like it was such a breath of fresh air, because every Marvel movie is getting like bigger and bigger and bigger, and then Spider-Man Homecoming is like, Mr. Stark, the big bad Vulture Man.
It is, yeah. It's real. It's a real big consequence story, but in a sort of a small world.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a risk of the world, but potentially it could be the biggest thing in the world, because it's just sort of about where it could have led, and it was. Fantastic.
I love how you said it's a small world, because like literally in the movie it feels like a small world. Like the big bad is his girlfriend.
Spoiler alert! But yeah, it's his wannabe girlfriend's dad. And that was a twist that you could have seen coming. But...
You saw it coming?
Yeah.
Really? I feel like they didn't drop in as many like big hints towards it.
I didn't know. I didn't really see. It was just like sort of he was talking about his family, and I was like, okay.
But like once it's
like,
revealed,
they don't really chuck in that thing.
It makes sense.
But no, it wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't think immediately from earlier on. It's just sort of when he was going to her house. I was like, there's got to be a significant scene here. Like, I think they were saying he was going to meet her dad or something. I was like, oh, there's only one person a dad can be. They wouldn't involve the dad if he wasn't a character.
like at that point, like when he was like walking up to the door, I'm like, there's got to be something up here.
Yeah.
Like if
like this, you can tell when a scene in a movie is just sort of character development.
Because like the movie cut out or the music cut out too.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say I saw it like from straight away, but you know.
Oh, like when I watched it back,
it was an
when I watch it back, like there's really like, it's only like to that mind that would connect the two things, because like they don't really mention it at all. It's just like, oh, my dad's off at business trips a lot.
Yeah, there's not many clues, but you can sort of like see it coming when it gets close to it.
Yeah, and honestly, that just might be us as like directors, but.
Yeah, no, like I have this real problem where I can, with a lot. It's mainly with predictable movies, but I can predict the ending of a lot of movies without knowing what it is.
Suicide Squad.
And it's mainly with horror movies because they're just so.
I was able to predict like basically everything that would happen in Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, you could predict everything happening in like, in Batman vs Superman, in Suicide Squad, in Wonder Woman.
Guardians of the Galaxy, I kind of knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah, you could tell there was something going on, and then, but like sometimes you predict it and it sort of ruins it for you. But sometimes you can tell what's coming and it's still great.
Yeah, like Logan, with Logan, I kind of just stopped trying to predict, and I really want to enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we've been watching lately.
So you'd say John Hughes is your favorite movie director?
I wouldn't go that far. It's just that out of the movies I love, John Hughes directs a majority of them, but I wouldn't say he's my favorite.
Well, two of my favorite movie directors directed two movies that I watched recently. One that came out recently and one that's been out for ages, but I've never watched, and I watched it on the plane. Because I was on holiday, just letting everyone know. Humble brag.
Hashtag humble brag.
First movie that I watched at the cinemas, Dunkirk, made by one of my favourite movie directors, Christopher Nolan. Because I love him for the Dark Knight
I've
trilogy.
been meaning to watch Dunkirk. Steven Septic said it was great, so.
It is a good movie, but it's sort of just like... Well, no, it's not a good movie, it's a good film. Like, movies are different. Movies are fun things. This is sort of fun to watch, but it's not fun.
It's like...
It's just something that you watch and you're like, wow, this is a great movie piece.
Yeah.
But, like, you might watch it once or twice, but you wouldn't watch it to elevate your mood or anything. It's sort of just a good movie, but a good film. But
yeah, I get that.
And then the other movie, which I would watch several times over just to boost my mood, is Hot Fuzz by Edgar Wright, one of my favourite movie directors. I'd never watched it until I went on holiday.
Is it good?
Hot Fuzz is so funny. It's part of the Cornetto trilogy. I don't know if you know what that is.
I think like Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, so it goes Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and then it goes World's End.
Yeah.
Have you seen Shaun of the Dead then?
I have not. It's on my movie bucket list. I'm sorry.
Add the whole of the Cornetto trilogy. World's End is probably the weakest, but it's still good. But Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead are so funny, and they're brilliant.
The end of the trilogy is honestly probably the weakest. Like, that's just a trend with everything.
Sometimes, yeah.
Like,
we'll have to discuss that eventually.
We'll get to
because that's something we could get into. But with Edgar Wright, he does these crazy the way he directs is so fun and so it's more comic booky than anything. And It's very different, and it's sort of just, I don't know. It's got a lot of momentum, and everything's movement based. And
movement based. Like, I hear Baby Driver is like very heavy on the soundtrack.
Oh, I love Baby Driver. I've watched that too. It's fantastic. And then you've also got Scott Pilgrim vs. World, which is fantastic.
That's what comic booky. Like, my mind just jumped to Scott Pilgrim versus.
That is the most comic book movie type movie to me. I can't think of any others, but that's very comic booky.
Oh yeah, of course.
Maybe Watchmen is a little comic booky as well.
Yeah, but like when you watch comic book movies nowadays, it's like, it's very. It doesn't feel like a comic book movie. It just has comic book characters.
There's two different types of things. There's something based on a comic book, and there's a comic book movie, which feels like it's just if the comic book, like the panels were just actually just live action. And they're two different types of things, and they both work just as well. They're both fantastic.
Yeah,
but
like Civil War, Captain America: Civil War. I feel like it's a movie based off of a comic book.
And Civil War couldn't have been done the way the comic book actually goes, because it just wouldn't have worked in that.
It really wouldn't have.
That's an example of where changing the comics.
Hey, callback.
Callback.
We're getting professional.
You been watching any good TV?
I haven't been actually like the only show I watch on TV nowadays is The Flash and like Legends of Tomorrow. Why? Is there a good show I should be watching?
I hate them shows, man. I used to watch Flash, watched it to the second season, started watching the third, gave up on it. Arrow, I was watching it all the way to the fourth season, gave up on it. It's so CW.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because it's just, I don't know. It feels a lot the same, and I feel like I have to like pull myself through it instead of actually watch it. So I sort of given up. I'll go back to it and start watching it. But Legends of Tomorrow, I gave up on season 1. I hated it.
Yeah, I get why people say that, but like I don't know. I feel like Legends of Tomorrow and The Flash just fills my sci-fi need more than anything.
Yeah, I guess they're fun shows and they're fun to watch.
But like storyline, I
You know what shows you should be watching?
What?
Rick and Morty.
I've been like,
it's just come back. I've only watched the most 2 recent episodes. I haven't watched the third one yet, which just came out.
I watched the season finale, or like the clip of Rick getting into prison. Did they explain how he escaped?
Huh?
In like the first episode, did they, like in season 2, like you know how like Rick goes into prison, right?
Yeah, the third one, the premiere is all about him escaping.
Okay.
You've got to watch it. I can't explain it because it's really fantastic. It's one of the best premieres to any series. And then I watch so much TV. How do you not watch any TV or movies yet you're always at home?
I spend a lot of my time writing and like watching Sugar Pine 7.
How does that take up so much time? You upload once a week, man. What's going on? I'm just
yeah, I know.
Come on,
like I have been practicing script writing a lot, and like I don't know, cause like my office is like on the top floor of my house, and then like the TV that I can watch is all the way in the basement, so that's 2 flights of stairs that I have to.
So wait, you've got an office, and then you've got.
No, my bedroom is my office.
Fancy. Oh, you're calling it.
Yeah, because it's more of an office than a bedroom. Like legit, if you look at my room, like there's the desk, there's all the equipment and everything, and they're just off to the side is the bed.
Yeah, so it's just sort of I sleep in here, but really, it's not what it's for.
Yeah, it's an office. An office that you sleep in.
No, I spend most of my time watching TV. We're in the golden age of TV. I'm watching Preacher, fantastic. Great comic book TV show. You've got I watched John Oliver. He's amazing. He does these amazing great pieces every week. On Last Week Tonight. Eric Andre, watch that. It's funny. There's so many good things. If you ever need a TV show to watch, I can recommend.
All right.
You. Honestly, that is one of my superpowers. I can recommend a TV show.
Nice. Well, that brings us into what TV show would you recommend, Elliot?
What do I recommend? Well, I recommend you get into Rick and Morty if you have. That's basic, but I'm leading in. But Rick and Morty, it's just come back. It's a great time to start watching it because it's in its early stages. I recommend you watch Sugar Pine 7, fantastic. And I recommend, if you want to learn a little bit more about how the world works, you watch Last Week Tonight. It's great and it's funny.
that are some solid recommendations.
It's better than our recommendations from our last podcast.
Not even like our last podcast, like our last episode, our last like official
my god
podcast.
Oh, it was so bad.
We'll tell you more about it next episode or something.
It was funny, but it was just such
I'll
a
see
mess.
if I can find like any old clips. Do you have any?
I don't know. I have some on my YouTube channel, but I don't know if I have those.
I might put a compilation of the clips, the funniest clips together on my channel.
I'll send you whatever footage I
Alright.
have. But basically, we used to do a podcast called Class Clowns Podcast.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Great
I
title.
forgot what it was called.
It was a great title.
It was a great title, but
Just letting you know, I've come up with both titles for both podcasts, and if we do another podcast, which is probably gonna happen,
it really is.
we're gonna give up this one and do a new.
Either that, or we're going to rebrand this one later down.
I think it's your turn to name it.
Fine, I'll come up with. I'll be ready.
Yeah, but I've heard you name things. I mean, like, what kind of name is Nozzy?
I don't know. Ask Nazi. He's dead now. I killed him.
Jesus Christ.
He's buried 6 feet under.
That's brutal. Not even gonna lie, that's
I
brutal.
hate myself.
Wow. Whoa. Okay.
Literally.
Okay. This is taking a dark turn. So anything you want to promote?
Well, I don't mean to alarm you, but I'm probably gonna have my friend like draw a picture of me because my camera died.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll I'm still recording.
Yeah. Well, I'll figure it out after. But what do I recommend?
Yeah. Like no. Oh yeah. Do your recommendations.
I watch more podcasts, get smarter in like the creative sense. Like, I don't have any specific recommendations. Goldie kind of took my only one for this one, but like, if you like what we talked about, how like dissecting like different aspects and the psychological things of that, look into it because it's such. I don't know, like, I may not be academically smart, but I feel like I'm smart in like the fact where I can dissect what makes something good or not, like some piece of art good or not, and I feel like you should be able to have that kind of ability if you're watching this podcast. Like, you should be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, if you're interested about a topic, YouTube that topic, search it up, find a video you want to watch, and then through the recommendations you can just keep going and going and going and watch more and absorb more information like a sponge. YouTube's great for that you can keep finding more
Like,
and more
YouTube isn't.
So if you really want to know something,
Yeah, YouTube isn't just for like a quick laugh. It's also like a great place to like watch movie reviews that you love, movies that you enjoy, and get people's different opinions. Like, it's not about just like making people laugh. It's about like learning, which I hate learning, but this kind of learning is fun.
For really good movie reviews, as in they go in depth and they go really philosophical and they go about the production and everything, they're fantastic. Go to New Rock Stars and watch their recent movie reviews. They're really good. I can't recommend them more if you want a good movie review. If you want a funny movie review,
Mr. Sunday Movies.
Sunday Movies. But yeah, got anything to promote about yourself?
Yeah, this Friday should be coming out. This Friday, I think I'm finally able to tell you about it. There should be a teaser trailer for my new show. Really excited about it.
So wait, is the teaser trailer coming out on Friday, or is the teaser trailer coming out
The
now?
teaser trailer is coming out on Friday.
Oh.
So that way you can get like a feel, like, we're filming it in 2 days, so if that doesn't happen, this is going to be really awkward. But I'm really excited.
We'll just cut it out.
I'm really excited, Elliot, because like this is like the first. You've known me for a while. Like, I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time, and now I'm finally able to do it. I'm really excited.
And I'm gonna see if I can help from all the way across the pond.
Yeah, I'm actually,
If I can at all.
like, actually, I'll tell you about this after the podcast. Anyway,
No, tell me about it now, and we'll decide whether or not to include it or not.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, the first episode is, like, it's gonna be introducing the three main characters and the recurring antagonist. And, like...
Ow.
And then the second episode is gonna, like, introduce, like, I don't want to call it a support character, because, like, it's gonna... A recurring character, not a main character, but, like, a recurring character.
This has got me interested, because at this point, we're recording it, I don't know anything more about it than anyone else. What he's saying is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah.
So I'm quite interested to see it too.
Like,
but...
I know, like, your expectation... Like, it's going to be good for me, because, like I told you, there's going to be an improv element, because, like, the characters are based...
I love improv.
The characters are based off of who's playing them, which is just easier for me to write, because I'm just starting out writing, and I can still, like, do decent writing, because I'm like, hey, you're playing this character, what would this character say?
What would you say this movie was inspired by? Or this show was inspired by? The couple of sources.
Okay, so the idea of the improv-based characters came from Sugar Pine 7. The idea of treasure hunters came from Indiana Jones, and, like, just, like, any other old adventure skits I watched. And then the idea of doing a show came from my castmate Danny, who is also doing a show right now called Dan's Dimensions, where he plays every single character. And, like, we already have, like, a crossover episode planned, so for the two shows, because, like, he's playing a character on my show, and then he's playing all the characters on his show, and so we're going to do a pretty fun crossover with that. Cut that bit out, because that's going to be a surprise.
Yeah, you can... We'll talk about kind of what we need to cut out. But, yeah, so it sounds interesting. You'll see the teaser Friday. Is there anything else you got to talk about?
Be excited for more episodes of the new revamped AweFull Podcast. I mean, we hella stepped up our production from the last episode.
We have. We definitely have. And we haven't even told our other co-host.
Oh, he's gonna be surprised. We should actually see if, like, we could just tell him, if he, like, gets on right now, it's like, hey, John, guess what we did? We messed everything up.
We changed everything.
I'm actually gonna message him.
Nah, I don't think we'll get him on. And of course, subscribe to... I always mess up your name.
It's Joaquin.
It's just easy to call you... Okay, there. Joaquin Braganza.
Yeah. Proud of you.
I just call him Jack, because it's easy.
I mean, I have that under keywords. Like, if you search that, my channel should come up, I think.
What, Jack Braganza or just Jack?
Braganza. Jack...
What?
Like, there's so many. Yeah, if you search up Jack Braganza, my thing will be the first one to come up, because it's under keywords.
Nice. Yeah, go subscribe to his YouTube
and then
channel.
Go subscribe to Goldie. What is Elliot J. Goldsmith or Goldie?
No, that's my film, my college film thing. But my main channel is Goldsmith. It's just Goldsmith. I need to change all the tags on it and everything, but it's just Goldsmith.
Nice.
For now, and it's just a G. Have you got a Twitter or anything?
Yeah, just Joaquin Braggs. If you know how to spell...
At Joaquin Braggs.
What about you?
Elliot Goldsmith.
Do I actually follow you on Twitter?
4. I don't think I follow you either, to be honest.
We should probably do that right now.
See, let's do this right now, on camera.
Well, kind of. You're on camera. Mine died.
Joke. Joaquin Bragg.
Yeah, just be Braggs with a Z at the end.
Oh, have I found you? This looks like you.
Is the banner some blurry guy in, like, a yellow t-shirt?
Yeah, it looked like you, so it just, you know.
Alright.
Oh, he's got an interesting...
And...
Alright, and I'll send you...
Elliot Goldsmith?
Goldsmith. I couldn't finish it off, so it's like this.
Oh, I see it. Oh, wait, I am following you. Goldsmith with a 4?
Oh. Yeah, because I couldn't finish Smith, and Smith was taken, so I just put 4 there instead.
Yeah.
That's four's my lucky number, bitches.
I am following you. It's just because you haven't tweeted in a while.
I tweet every now and then. I tweet more often than I used to, but I mainly retweet stuff. That's what I'm good at.
I'm just gonna refollow you because I think it gets lost in my thing. I need to really...
Shut up,
I need to reconfigure my, my following list because, like, all the important tweets get lost.
Yeah, same. I've got so many trash places. It's just... I see Sharknado 5 trending, and that makes me upset.
Is it actually?
I hope there's not Sharknado 5.
One Sharknado was enough.
There definitely is.
It will, what?
Oh, and I'm just going to promote what I'm doing at the moment quickly. So, on my channel, I'm revamping it. I'm sort of redoing it and working out what I want to create. I haven't really decided what I want to do, but I know I want to do something. So you'll definitely see the podcast every week, but I'm going to start creating new content. Yeah, I'm just writing stuff and I'm working on stuff. Just a lot to come in the future. That's all I've got to promote.
Yeah, like, right now we're at a point in our careers where we're trying some new stuff.
We're experimenting.
Yeah, but this podcast was probably the first thing that we were going to try.
So, yeah, that's a good place to end it,
Yeah.
isn't it? So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks because we're doing this bi-weekly, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.